What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing you another video. Today's video is on Shuriken Sentai Ninninger. It is for the main mech or Megazord for the season. Depending on if you're American, it would be the Megazord. If you know Sentai, or if you are Japanese, you would refer to it as like a mecha, or you might just refer to it as a Megazord, depending on who you are. Regardless, here is the box. As you can see, it is extra big. I'm not even showing the full thing. I mean, this thing is big. There's some stuff in the background, as you saw, little preview, but whatever. So as you see here, there's the mech. Well, over here is the secondary form. As you can see, there's an arrow pointing here. This arrow means that it can become one or the other, depending on how you set it up. On the sides here, it has each individual Zord. Japanese text saying the name of the mech. On the sides, it shows the Zords, and it shows the combinations. Same on the other side, but the opposite one. There's the two different discs that it has. Same discs, like same shurikens, but different top layer discs. I'll explain what I mean in a second. I showed off all that. There's the back of the box. It's basically the same stuff. It shows you the different combinations, different angles, shows like the main mech and some more. It shows some things that it comes with, shows some combinations, shows the Morpher, just a lot of good stuff. Alright, so just give me 2 seconds, guys, because I need to adjust, because everything is now going to need to lower to get much lower. Alright. So, alright guys, so first of all, this came with some discs, some extra discs. So it actually came with every single color, and its own disc. I don't want to reveal this one right now, but yeah, this one came with it. It is a face, as you can see here. I guess I could give you guys a sneak preview as to what the sound it makes, so here we go. Actually, you know what? Let me explain first. Another thing about it? No, I just gave something away, so let me not. But yeah, so you have one for every single color here, and plus the one that's actually on the disc. Ignore that, please. Right now, I'll come back to that later. I also have the Morpher itself here. Please, guys, if you haven't checked this out already, you should. It's awesome. It's a great Morpher. I personally love it to death. But if you guys want to learn more about Shino Bigatana, look up find my video on my channel and watch it and enjoy, please, guys. Or I'll kill you. No, it's alright. No, I'm not gonna kill you guys. Don't think that. I'm putting out a sword. I should probably hide that because it's not good for me to have swords. It's alright. Don't worry, guys. So let's go in order here. I'm gonna put everything off to the side. For some reason, everything is showing up on camera from a certain angle that I don't want. Okay. So our first mech is our red Ninninger's mech. His mech is known as Shino Maru, meaning which basically is like a shinobi. As you can see, he has a human-like appearance. When you get him, he's in this position. Now, this is okay for his transformation, but it isn't good for what we're going to do, which is basically just showing them as though they are as the, like, when you see in the commercials and in the show, there's a part where you see them running in, and if you wanted to have them displayed, not as mechs, but as like the individual Zords, this is what this first part is all about that. So understand this now. So let's fix his positioning. So all you have to do really is just bend his knees, fix his torso a little bit. As you can see here, well, I'm just like making it dance. As you can see here, it can go in and out, and it has bends at the knees, bends at the legs. So it can go all the way up like this. It can go all the way. I believe it can. The knees can. I mean, the ankles can go all the way back. The legs themselves cannot go all the way back. The legs can't. The legs are forced to stay fixed like this, but they can. But the knees are where it's really at. I mean, it could do that with the whole entire legs. As you can see here, there's this white part, so that prevents them from, being able to become extremely articulated. At the same time, the articulation is actually pretty good because these arms here, they can go a full 360. I'm not going to show that right now. Really, I'll show you that they can go just one notch up, or yeah. So, because the thing is that these arms can go a full 360. Technically, the only thing you're going to need to do is have them either like this or that much higher for one of the combinations. But anyway, it has that. The head does rotate a complete 360. The only thing to worry about with the head is that there's the black brick here, which is meant to be a connection port for something that you'll see in the next part. So because of that, you need to be careful when you're rotating the head. You can do it. It's just you need to be careful. But yeah, so arms rotate full 360. Head rotates full 360. Legs can move up and down. A lot of that has to do with the actual transformation for the legs. That's why there's so much articulation with the legs. The arms, though, that's just a lot of extra detail, which is really good. I like the color, the paint here. It's gold. There's red. There's some white. There's some nice silver on the helmet. It's very good. None of this is like metal, so if you're expecting this to be like really hard and be die cast, it's not die cast, but it's good. It's good nonetheless. This thing can stand on its own. It can. It's not the most stable figure ever. If you just wanted to have it alone. But you could technically have it. Just consider the fact that it's likely that it will just collapse. So I'm just going to leave it collapse right now and move on to our second member of the Ninjers mechs, and that would be Drago Maru. So Drago Maru comes looking like kind of bent over. He obviously, as you can see here, he looks really just like a lizard. Like he doesn't really look like anything that unique right now. But that's also because of the fact that he's missing a lot of his pieces at this moment. So what we need to do first, this is something that I need to stress with you guys, is on the back here you'll see these two red pegs. These two like red dotted areas. What you do is you want to grab the legs and you want to move it so that it comes out here. Then on him, he has the black ports here. And what you want to do is you want to line it up, make it click. So now he's in a better position. But then what you want to do here is you want to make it so that he can stand on here like so that as you can see here, his tail is hitting the ground, which helps support him so that he has better balance. Now, you may think to yourself, well, now he just looks like a lizard with a tail. Well, first of all, I wanted to mention that there are these things for later on, so that's one thing I just wanted to mention to you so that you understand. This is for part of one of his transformations. As far as what I was trying to go to next, because you added the tail now, there's now a blue port here and a black port here, and same idea over here, just opposite sides obviously. So he actually comes with wings. So you may think, so this is one thing that I need to learn myself. How do you know which side do you makes sense to put it on, you may wonder. The side that you want it on, you don't want, like, the side that will be shown to you, like, from this direction, you want it to be this, where it's just the black, where it's just the blue dot. You do not want the back here where it's the black and the blue. Sorry, black and blue. Yeah, sorry, can't get it good in the camera here. Black and blue. You want this side to be shown to the camera. So I'll show it to you guys right now. So that's what you want. So you see now the wing only shows the blue. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the opposite side. And it should look pretty much the same. So here it is from a side angle, since it's the best angle to show it at. And now we have our Drago Maru. So here he is, size comparison. As you can see, if you compare Drago Maru to Shino Maru, Drago Maru is like a head taller, if not more. So it's pretty big, and that's only if you're starting from the head and going to his head. If you start from like the tip of the wings and you go to him, he's almost like, he almost is two of him, just because of the wingtips and everything. So he's pretty big, he's pretty stable, pretty strong figure. I'm gonna move him off to the side and move on to our third mech. So give me 1 second. Our third one here is the oddest one of them all. Why? Because he is basically just a dump truck. Yes. So we have a dragon, we have a shinobi ninja, and we have a dump truck. This is just getting odd, isn't it? Right? Seriously, I found that I was just like, what? That's what they're going with for this season? Okay, I am not sure what to say. But then again, I'm saying this, and then you have to look at what our sixth member of the Sentai team is going to be, and he's supposed to be this cowboy, this American cowboy, or something along the lines of that, which is kind of reminiscent of Kaku Ranger's Kaku Yellow, which is the equivalent to Alien Ranger in America, though obviously not the same character, not the same idea. But the thing was that in Kaku Ranger there was like an American Ranger that had like a cowboy kind of like attitude, and he had like, he was able to speak Japanese, but he was also able to speak English a lot, and he did a lot of both. So he was always known for that, and so he's supposed to be this. So he's known as like Star Ranger, and the thing is that his changer's a hamburger to represent America, which is just hysterical. And apparently he is like supposed to be a cowboy sheriff kind of thing, and I'm just like, okay, so we're getting even more random here. We have this is just random, and then there's that. Okay, I'm just questioning everything now. But anyway, let's move on to Dump Maru, regardless of any of the confusing, ridiculous aspects that are probably going to come of this season because of that. But no, I mean, the season seems like it could be good, hopefully. I can't wait till episode 1. If this is out beforehand, great. If it isn't, then oh well. I might have done the review of the first episode already at this point, but regardless, now you know that I'm doing this review prior to the show's release, so you get that sense. I probably will do follow-ups with both the Shino Bigatana stuff and this post show, so you'll get to see that too. So what do we need to do here? Well, as you can see, Dump Maru only has one set of wheels right now, but this is the second part of him. So what do you need to, so how do you do this? This is the part that I really got confused in myself, because right now you can't put him in with this kind of positioning. So this right here is a fist, as you can see. What you want to do with this fist is you want to turn it all the way, to make it so that it goes 90 degrees. Then, since you've turned it 90 degrees, you're able to go like this. So now the wheel is over here. Then let me show it on this side because I need to. Then on this side you can just pull this one out because that one, it doesn't require that kind of work for some reason. It's just because of the transformations and stuff that they make you have to do all that extra work. So then what happens is that you may think to yourself, where do I connect this to? I see that there are 2 connection ports right there and there, but where am I supposed to connect it to on this guy? Well, this is the part that confused me myself. What you had to do is this part right here, you want to pull it up. Now there's 3 connection ports. Now I don't know when we're going to have to use this one, but I'm sure it will come for one of the different combinations. But regardless, of these, what you want to do is you want to put the 2 in here so that it goes like so. I will show you right now. Okay, and there is Drago Maru. Now Drago Maru reminds me again of another thing from Kaku Ranger, which would be the cat vehicle that they use in the show. Yes, I'm not joking. It kind of reminds me of that just because of how goofy it looks. Now here he is next to some of them that I've shown. So he's not necessarily that big, but if you, I mean, obviously if you stood him up like this, he's maybe tall. You know, he's taller than him, but that's obviously, you wouldn't want to have him like that. Obviously, that'd look odd. But we still have another 2 more to. We still have 2 more to go. I'm gonna go on to our White Ninninger's mech, which is a simple dog. As you can see here, right now he has no legs. But I wanted to, before I even get into him, you know what? I want to do one thing that I forgot to do right now. So just wanted to mention this for Drago Maru. His arms can go up twice and obviously twice down. His legs, all the articulation comes from the transformation. So anything that's in the transformation, it's pretty evident there. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that just because if you're wondering if the arms have any articulation, yes, they do. It's just very minor. His head has no articulation, though. His head cannot do much of anything other than sit there and be used for the transformation stuff. So in my later parts, you'll get to see exactly what he can do, but that's just a heads up for you guys now. And I just knocked over Shino Maru, even though I said that I was going to probably put him down regardless. So here is Maru right now, and you may, and this is the dog mech. Okay, he has these like sharp claw-like things. I'm not really sure. They could be like, they might be fangs, but like they're kind of odd things if they are fangs. His mouth can open. Okay, I'm kind of showing something that's part of the transformation, but regardless, his mouth can open all the way and can close nicely. He has nice paint on him. He has some gold, he has some silver, some black, some more gold, about the same color as this. Yeah, so he has like 3 different colors. No, 4. Oh, and also his eyes, so 5, because his eyes are like a blue, like a crystal blue, or like an amethyst blue or something like that. So where are his legs? So his legs are underneath here. What you want to do here is his legs can actually go out all the way. I don't know why you'd want to do it out that much, but you could technically do it. I mean, like, what would make sense would be here or here. Here would be good for like a running pose. So if I put out his back legs and I wanted to have him like stopping short, then I do that. If I wanted to have him running, maybe something along the lines of like that. But if I wanted to just have him standing, you could do it like that. So, yeah, so you have a couple of those options. You could probably do that too, and it would probably be fine. I guess, yeah, you could probably do that if you had like a stand that was holding him up, but you get my point. So, here is Maru. He looks pretty good. The smallest one, obviously. And last but not least, when we get this one, he comes as the pink one comes as legs, as is. Confusing, yes? I know. Well, what you want to do here, from this position as legs, you want to pull them out like so. So that happens. Then, on this side, there is a tab on the side that I am looking at right now. I will show it to you guys. So right here, what you do is you want to pull it that way, and then it will just fall, and then it will click slightly. Now if you want to move it up, you just pull and it sticks. But if you want to loosen it, you have to actually click on that tab. Now on the other side though, it's a little different. It's on the opposite side, so I have to rotate it over. And it's actually on the foot right here, so you pull it up and it does the exact same thing. So here it is again. So very nice. And so I'm not exactly sure what Maru is. That's what the name of this one is. It could be a train, which would be interesting because of well, the last season was Tokyuger, which was a train season, or it could be similar to a snake, like Gosei Black Snake, or a Mega Force Black Snake mech. If you've watched Power Rangers Mega Force, or if you've watched Tensou Sentai Goseiger, depending on which season you watched. It kind of reminds me of that. Obviously, there's the Shuriken here, so that's another thing to remember, is that a lot of these do have Shurikens all over the place on them, and things that are reminiscent of the time. Like for example, here on the legs here, there are actual lanterns here, which is very cool. Or right here, that's the Shuriken. Or yeah, you get my point. I mean, there's a couple other things here and there, but yeah, it's very reminiscent of like feudal Japan or something like that. So now I just need to, so yeah, actually, you know what am I doing? I don't know why I'm doing that. So yeah, so now I'm going to show these guys all next to one another. Obviously, they each have different sizes. I'm going to actually move this guy over a little bit. Different ones take up different amounts of space. Look at how big Drago Maru is next to one Maru. It's just insane. Nah, but they're an interesting size, each of them. I actually really like them. Here is the disc that I was hiding before, and now since I've shown all their names, I will actually play the little thing that it has so far. So here we go. One click. Oh. So Shino Maru, so that's him. Drago Maru, that's him. Dump Maru, that's him. My hand's blocking it. Dump Maru's, that's him. One Maru, that's the dog. Maru, that's the train-like, like snake-like thing that I'm not sure of, and I'm sure I'll know when the show actually comes out. And then here's the last thing it says. And it says Ultimate Nin Shuriken, and for those that cannot hear, it's understood. So I just wanted to give you that repeat, just in case it's not clear. So. Yep. So it's a pretty nice setup. Pretty big box. Everything overall is just really nice. I think that this thing is wonderful just as is. You could display it this way. You could display it as the mech forms, both of them. It depends on what you want. If you have more than one copy, then great, because that means you can display them as many ways as you really want, because there's so much play value out of this, because of the fact that, I mean, think of it this way. You have, okay, actually, now that I think about, let me just check something here. Yes, actually, this is one thing I did not mention before, and I never noticed it till now. On the back of Maru, there is like tiny treads. It's not like you're gonna get like major travel distance, but I mean it does have treads, so that means it can travel. I would not necessarily suggest using it for travel, but it could work. I'm curious as to whether or not it would combine well with Tokyo. That would be interesting to see. I don't have any Tokyuger mechs right now, but I mean, I might consider it just to see, because it would be interesting to see if the Maru can actually combine, because if that's true, that'd be awesome. Just in general, I think that this is really cool. I probably we'll mention this again in later videos for this. For those that may look at this and say, "Oh my God, this looks great," understand this now. It is expensive. This stuff is fragile. If you want to buy it, consider the fact that you may end up needing to be extra careful with this, because this stuff is it comes at a price. And if you look at my Shino Bigatana video, you'll see where I got some of this stuff, and I'll tell you this much right now: it's not cheap. I got it pre-ordered, so the price was less, but even so, it was still very expensive. I'll tell you this right now: it's still really awesome regardless. Just remember, when you're going to the store and you're thinking, when you're going online and you're saying, okay, I want to buy this, remember that this stuff is fragile. This stuff can break if you don't use it well. It's true with all toys, but this one especially has a number of parts that usually can go back together, but if you're not careful with them, things can go wrong very easily. And believe me, there was one or two things that happened with this stuff that I was worried about, like with Drago Maru, this part of him. I ended up actually separating it at one point when I had it for a little bit. And this thing completely came off. The thing was, it didn't tear or rip so that it was bent or broken, but it separated. And the thing is that it's easy to reapply. You don't have to put any glue on it. You don't have to put anything extra on it. It's just it's very easy for this part to break off, and if you don't take care of it, it will break off. And it's as simple as that. Does that mean that it's broken? No, it just means that you need to be careful. So just understand this now. I would definitely say I would recommend this to hardcore fans. I would recommend this to people that are into Sentai. I would recommend this to people that are collectors and fans of the show, fans of Sentai and Power Rangers just in general. But just consider, if you're planning on getting this for your child, if your child is fairly young, consider making sure that he takes extra good care of it, and that he's not just gonna play with it for a second, because this stuff, it does not come cheap. And believe me when I say this, the instructions are not the easiest, especially if you are not a native speaker, because the thing is that the transformation is not necessarily the most simple. Maybe I'm just interpreting things differently than what other people might interpret things, but I would say that this transformation is a lot. Just as a heads up, the transformation for certain parts, especially with Drago Maru, is a lot harder than you may think it is. Drago Maru alone just makes everything 10 times more difficult. So understand that now. Regardless, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please check out some of my other content on my channel. Hopefully soon. It should come up either later today or in the next day or so. There should be a follow-up to this where I do the transformation, and then the secondary transformation will come up in a separate video. And expect some other stuff to come up as time goes on. I should eventually get some more mechs. I do plan on getting, for sure, Star Ranger's Morpher and his mech, for sure, and some of the extras like UFO Rama and some of the others, but those will come in the next month or so. I don't really want to get those now, even though they are going to be out. It's just a lot of money right now, so I really just don't want to do much more. And I have to think wisely with this stuff, because this stuff is expensive, but it is fun. But do expect to see some reviews of the episodes of the show also, and some other stuff. And hope to see you guys in my next video again. So again, this has been Crazy Samurai 71, and I'm out. Bye guys.